There's a Me Too victim there. That's absurd.
Everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway.
Blake Lively erupts publicly after fellow celebrities reveal the brutal truth about her past.
Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person, okay?
From a fiery on-set drama to accusations that could tarnish her golden image, her facade of perfection is crumbling rapidly.
Blake Lively-Justin Baldoni cases likely won't settle before trial, and this is according to Justin's lawyer.
And to be honest, she's not prepared for all this chaos.
All hell broke loose. She claims he sexually harassed her, and then by the time they premiered the movie, they weren't even speaking to each other. She made him stay in the basement, and Ryan Reynolds turned on him too. And then she claimed that he unleashed a bad PR campaign against her.
Blake Lively has long been synonymous with elegance, charm, and effortless style. From her breakout role in Gossip Girl to her dazzling red carpet appearances worldwide, she has meticulously crafted an image as Hollywood's golden girl.
There's a Me Too victim there. That's absurd. She seems like kind of a jerk. Wow, she's like kind of a bully. She's rather mean. This guy who had, comparatively very little power was forced now to come out and tell the truth about Blake Lively.
Hollywood power couple Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and actor and director Justin Baldoni. Plot of this lawsuit is actually more interesting, I believe, than the film that they made.
In Hollywood, where public image is everything, Blake Lively has mastered the art of being both approachable and aspirational. Her influence in fashion has secured her a spot on countless best-dressed lists, while her down-to-earth nature has earned her a devoted fan base. Admired for her kindness and creativity, she is often hailed as a trailblazer in the industry.
Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person, okay? And that's largely due to the fact that she is a modern feminist, and so she has to create struggle where there just isn't any, okay?
However, recent allegations paint a far less flattering picture, one that starkly contrasts with the carefully crafted persona she has worked so hard to maintain.
I think Blake Lively loves to do is tell on herself. So in a newly resurfaced interview from 2009 in Glamour magazine, Blake Lively opened up about how she tried to poison the cast of Gossip Girl against Tim Badgley.
Stories have surfaced accusing Blake of manipulative behavior on set, particularly during her Gossip Girl days. Insiders claim that her relationships with co-stars were not always as harmonious as they appeared on screen.
Mercy.
That was a lot of information about cages, and I'm sorry, I was thrown off by that.
But the controversy doesn't stop there. Blake's ventures outside of acting have also come under scrutiny, with several small creators alleging that she exploited their ideas without giving proper credit.
Makes more sense when you're watching a show that there's not an obvious choice between good and evil. So she would seem like the obvious choice, but she's also got, flaws as well. But I think I'm just brunette because of the books.
Everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway.
These revelations are starting to unravel the pristine image she has carefully cultivated, leaving fans shocked and the public divided.
She has a track record of being difficult to work with, from Armie Hammer, who got fired from Gossip Girl because he said during a dinner that she was a bitch.
An intern once shared a story from their time at Glamour magazine, recalling how an editor reportedly described Blake Lively as the rudest person they had ever worked with. This anecdote directly contradicts Lively's carefully crafted public persona and raises questions about how much of her image is genuine and how much is the result of savvy PR.
I mean, it makes me feel incredibly fancy, and it also makes me feel very sad that this is not mine to keep. So put in a good word for me.
One of the most jarring accusations centers around claims of creative theft. Several small designers and artists have come forward, alleging that Blake reached out to them under fake names to inquire about their work, only to ghost them after obtaining the information she needed. What's worse, these creators claim that elements of their designs later appeared in Blake's public wardrobe or personal projects without any acknowledgement or compensation.
There was a lot of information about cages, and I'm sorry, I was thrown off by that. Who else didn't want to act in a cage?
These accusations have sparked a growing backlash against Blake, as she reportedly disregarded all boundaries when humiliating co-stars. Many artists and small business owners have voiced their frustration, arguing that individuals with her level of influence should be uplifting emerging talent, not exploiting it.
And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor.
This backlash is beginning to take a toll on her public image. Once seen as a symbol of empowerment, she now faces mounting criticism, with some accusing her of prioritizing her brand over ethical practices.
There was an article recently saying that Leighton and I were frenemies. And it's frenemies. Frenemies? Yeah, we're friends, but we're also enemies. And it's they see our characters on the show, and they want that to be true in a sense. I think they want everybody's characters in real life to emulate that. And it's really strange because they always want to pit women against each other. You don't hear about like Penn and Chase hating each other and being jealous and competitive.
Perhaps most damaging is how these allegations starkly contrast with the persona Blake has spent years cultivating. For someone positioned as a role model, especially for young women, these stories are deeply troubling. The growing gap between her public image and these behind-the-scenes revelations has left many questioning how much of her perfect reputation is genuine and how much is a carefully constructed facade.
Quote there really shows that she's the center of attention. She takes this opportunity that he has to train himself, prepare for a scene, as somehow relating to her weight.
This unraveling is significant not only because it tarnishes her image, but also because it highlights a larger issue in Hollywood: the exploitation of smaller, less powerful voices. At a time when the public is increasingly demanding accountability from celebrities, Blake's alleged actions serve as a stark reminder of the inequalities that persist even in industries that claim to celebrate creativity and collaboration.
I want all the roles for me and only me. I want full control because I am a controlling bully.
As more voices come forward, it's becoming clear that the cracks in Blake Lively's carefully crafted persona aren't just rumors. They're fault lines threatening to undo years of hard-earned goodwill. While her fans may still hold on to the image of Blake as America's sweetheart, these revelations suggest that her past is far from as flawless as it seems.
I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that show. And, you know, I thought she seems nice and little, but I know.
Body language, kind of like right.
Don't touch me.
This is just the beginning of what's shaping up to be a public reckoning, and the consequences for Blake's career and legacy remain uncertain. Will she confront these allegations head-on and take responsibility, or will she double down on the image she's worked so hard to protect? One thing is certain: her days of a squeaky clean reputation may be numbered.
So, I mean, it's very silly, but, you know, we all do get along very well, and it's upsetting that they have to do that to try to sell magazines. There's enough gossip on the show, just watch that.
Gossip Girl, the iconic show that gave us a front-row seat to the glamorous, drama-filled lives of Manhattan's elite. But let's be honest, the real drama wasn't just on screen, it was unfolding behind the scenes too. Blake Lively, who played Serena Vander Woodson, appeared to be every bit the golden girl on camera. However, according to some reports, her reign as Queen Bee may have extended off-screen as well, and not in the fun, let's sip martinis and scheme kind of way.
Well, I mean, I think that our show takes place in a heightened reality a little bit. I think that a lot of the realism is lost in the sparkle, and it's meant to. You need that. You need that for the entertainment and the grit.
Let's start with Penn Badgley, Blake's co-star and real-life ex-boyfriend. Known for being low-key and reserved, Penn seems like the kind of guy who'd rather read Kafka in a quiet coffee shop than attend a glitzy industry party. While he hasn't outright spilled the tea, he's far too classy for that. Some of his past interviews have dropped just enough hints to raise an eyebrow.
It's like it is. I think it will always be negative in the end, but it starts out as a lot of times an innocent thing. People love to talk about other people. It's just natural. That's why they love to watch television.
He's made cryptic comments about the challenges of working with certain personalities, and well, people have connected the dots. Let's just say that when Penn talks about navigating turbulent waters, he probably isn't referring to the East River.
Well, Blake, I worked with her husband Ryan several years ago, so I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that show. And, you know, I thought she seems nice and little, so I know.
Then there's the alleged rivalry between Blake and Leighton Meester, who played Blair Waldorf. Their love-hate relationship gave Gossip Girl its spark, but behind the scenes, rumor has it that the tension wasn't entirely scripted.
Body like gestures, analyzing right now.
Don't touch me.
While Leighton was reportedly all about the work, showing up, nailing her scenes, and keeping it professional, Blake was allegedly more focused on using the show as a stepping stone to Hollywood stardom. This difference in priorities is said to have created a palpable divide. Some crew members have whispered about icy stares and passive-aggressive comments that would make even Blair Waldorf blush.
On a set, I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, and creating the character.
And let's not forget the reports of on-set dominance. Insiders claim Blake had a knack for steering things her way, whether it was nudging for better lighting, tweaking wardrobe choices, or ensuring her character always had the upper hand in storylines. While some might call it ambition, others saw it as a little too much. It's as if she took Serena's queen bee energy and cranked it up to 11.
I really don't like this woman. I am so angered by her ability to think she could just take control and she knows better. Because of Justin's cut and a lot of stuff that happened, she realized they had a hit on her hands.
Then she asked him herself to play Ryle in the movie. And things were great until Blake Lively, right?